In 2008, the PGA presented the inaugural Patriot Award at our annual meeting. It follows the inspiration of Patriot Golf Day founder, PGA member, Major Dan Rooney, who was the award's first honoree. The Patriot Award recognizes a PGA professional who personifies patriotism through the game of golf and demonstrates unwavering commitment and dedication to the men and women who would protect our country. This year, we are proud to honor PGA professional John Hines of the Metropolitan Section. John is a most deserving recipient of the Patriot Award, as you will see in this video.
The connection between the PGA of America and the military goes back to the earliest days of the association. The United States entered World War I a few days before the PGA's first anniversary. The PGA purchased an ambulance for the Red Cross and maintained it until the end of the war. Like the PGA itself, John Hines, the Patriot Award recipient for 2011, has a military connection going back for generations.
My grandfather, World War I, right through. I'm pretty sure we have 3 or 4 people in every war since World War I.
As the PGA Director of Golf and head professional at Baiting Hollow Club on Long Island, Hines has found a different way to serve his country.
He had an idea. I think he had a vision. The idea and the vision was to say thanks and to help all men and women that are serving.
The whole concept was to have 4 of my members play with 1 veteran. What we did was we went to some of the National Guard armories and stuff and got guys who had just gotten back from Iraq or Afghanistan.
He's taken that emotion, he's built on it and created an incredible event at his club. Also encouraged a lot of our other professionals to have that same dedication and commitment to the program.
All right, have some fun out there today. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm doing a Beat the Pro contest for John Hines and the Folds of Honor, which is a privilege to be here.
The idea of flying a Black Hawk into his facility, he landed right on the first tee, he unloaded all the clubs and went right there. I mean, that was a perfect, almost like MASH, the way he describes it.
He's always giving of his time, his energy, his efforts. Although he didn't wear a uniform, he is as much a Patriot as anybody else.
John Hines is one of the best supporters of Patriot Golf Day. I know that I'm going to be out there in the latter part of the month here involved with that, and what a great Patriot he is.
When this came along, I actually felt that this would give me at least some service to our country, some service to the people who serve for us, people who lay their lives on the line day in and day out. If I could do a little part, and this was my way of just giving something back. I like to see these guys sitting there having a good time, and I proudly display the American flag every chance I get. It's time. It's time we start to understand what the sacrifices people have made for us.
Hines' efforts have benefited the families of those soldiers who made the ultimate sacrifice. Baiting Hollow members' entry fees for the Patriot Golf Day event, plus additional donations, went to the Folds of Honor Foundation.
Through the efforts of Patriot Golf Day, we've awarded over 2,600 scholarships. In 2012, we will add another 1,000 more. John puts service before self, like so many PGA golf professionals that make Patriot Golf Day possible. Together, we're changing lives.
Fuentes deployed for the first time in Iraq, where his vehicle was struck by an improvised explosive device. This is presented in view of Specialist Fuentes' personal courage, honor, selflessness while serving in the United States Army. This scholarship was made possible by the selfless sacrifice of the Baiting Hollow Club members during Patriot Golf Day.
I'm just really honored to have been chosen, to even been thought of my family to be a part of this, and I am very grateful for it.
He defines the worthiness of a Patriot Award. Here's a guy who just, in his heart, he sees what the right thing is, and he acts on it.
Years ago when I started in this business, I was hoping to hoist up a US Open trophy or a PGA Championship trophy, but to be honest with you, receiving this award means I've helped others. I don't know, to me that means, I think, a little bit more than, something I did for myself. It's rewarding, it's fun, it's everything I became a golf pro for, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2011 Patriot Award recipient, PGA member John Hines.
First and foremost, thank you so much for the honor of being up here in front of you guys and the PGA. I never started this to sit here and have an award. I started it because I felt it needed to be done. So I'd like to thank the committee for selecting me. First, I've sat on a few national committees and I understand how difficult it is and the choices that you have to make. So I want to thank everybody for that. I'd like to thank my family, my sons John and Taylor. They couldn't be here. My dad was a Marine in '43, and yesterday was his birthday, 87 years old. He's still a Marine, will always be a Marine. Unfortunately, some health issues, and he's at home, so I just want to say, hi Dad, hope you get better. Talk to you soon. My brothers, my sister-in-law, my nephews who are out here somewhere, I'm not sure. I want to thanks for coming down. As I stated in the video, and to be perfectly honest with you, I think I had the same dream that just about everybody out here had, is I really wanted to be standing up here holding the Wanamaker Trophy or the U.S. Open Trophy, or for that matter, any trophy, didn't matter which one. But unfortunately, because of health issues, I didn't get that opportunity. It was probably more because of talent issues as well as health issues, but we'll work on the health issues at this point. So, standing here, holding an award that means so much to so many different people has really, it's touched me, and I hope everybody out here, especially the people in front of us, have gotten behind the Folds of Honor. It's for what these men and women sacrifice for us is just, it's why we're here today. So just want to give you a little background on how I began a journey with the Folds of Honor. And on April 14th, 2009, I was a member of the Metropolitan Education Committee, and we decided to have Dan Rooney come up and talk to us about the Folds of Honor. And I don't know if at that point anybody really knew a lot about what the Folds of Honor was and what it stood for and what it stands for today. But I sat there and had my two sons sit in front of me, at that time sitting in the front row, and when Major Dan Rooney sat up there and started to speak, my body started to, the goosebumps started to appear, and it was something that really touched me and will touch me, and from now on, the Folds of Honor is actually a set schedule on my calendar every year. And the mission that we have in front of us isn't done. It will never be done as long as we have men and women in harm's way. This is something that the PGA can take hold of and run with. A little story about Golf 2.0 I want to bring up, and my nephew's out here somewhere, and he spent 9 months in a submarine. Sorry. A little emotional here. So, spent 9 months in a submarine and out in the Persian Gulf. Never played the game of golf, not once. Never picked up a club, never swung a club. First tournament I had a couple of years ago, I invited him out to play golf with my two sons. And it was a foursome. My nephew, my two sons, actually two nephews and two sons, and got out there and started playing golf. To this day, you can't get him off the golf course. It's, it was one of those things where now he's addicted to the game of golf, and I'm glad he is. And, again, that kind of correlates some of the Get Golf Ready programs, the Golf 2.0 programs. There's a bunch of guys out there, and one of the most rewarding things that I saw was my members sitting out there and trying to teach these men and women who have never been on a golf course before, as they're in uniform, and trying to teach them how to play golf. And I had some videos that I had watching a 26 handicapper sitting there trying to teach some 21-year-old kid who just came out of Iraq how to play golf. And I'll tell you, it was just so rewarding to watch this, and it's phenomenal. So What I'd really like to do is challenge the PGA. Sit out here and what we do for the Folds of Honor is not nearly enough for what they do for us. And we have, in the past, had national tournaments for GM, Government Motors. We've had national tournaments for McCladrey Cup. Why can't we figure out a way to take this tournament that I have put together and put it national? I think we'd get more participation. I don't think that anybody at that point would have a problem going to their clubs and going to their boards and saying, this is the way it should be done, just to say thanks for what they do for us. So again, I would really like the board and challenge you guys out there and try to figure out a way where we can sit there and take this tournament that we put together and take it on a national level and really say thank you to the people who deserve it the most. So, Dan Rooney, he's a real patriot. He's the guy that sat there in that F-16 and flying and doing the missions. All I did was orchestrate a tournament. I put it together. It was fun to do. I enjoyed it, and I will continue doing it. And I please, everybody who's out here and everybody back home, please take hold and do something. And as Mr. Connolly said, if you see a guy in uniform, say thank you. Shake his hand, say thank you. See a woman in uniform, the same thing. Say thank you, because what they do for us, the only reason why we're sitting here and in front of you guys, the only reason why we're here is because what they have done for us. So, God bless you all. Talk to you soon. Thank you so very much for your honor. Thank you. I got the other guy.
John, congratulations, great words, well-deserved honor. So we know it's less than 1% of the people in our country protect our freedoms and sacrifice in many, many ways and help protect us. So it's a great cause, and I hope we can maybe work something out with that national event.